frizz going on. Well, I got all sorts of, I don't know what's going on. We're just going to leave it. We're going to ignore it. We're going to pretend like our hair is super fly, okay? Okay, because I don't want to mess with it. Why? Because we're raining. We've been raining for maybe 3 days, 4 days. I wouldn't say straight, but it's been like a really good nonstop rain. Like, I'm feeling excited about this. So hello, when you jump on, say hi. If you are catching this part, you might be catching the replay. Do me a favor, hashtag miss me. Let me know that you stopped by. I greatly appreciate it. Helps my business. It makes me feel good. Let's just say that. And if you are seeing the red button above, you are catching me live. You are watching Quickster's Corner, and I am Liz. Hi. Okay, so pretty much until this week, I was doing pretty fly of getting on here, encouraging, trying to do all the things, and then spring break hit. And the rain hit. Some family drama hit. Like, there's been all sorts of stuff, you guys. So, yesterday, I had every intention of going live last night. Instead, I got some news that just really weighed on my heart. And it's not my news to share, first of all, so I can't share it with you guys. But it's just one of those where I'm like, you know, when you feel completely helpless, all I can do is pray for the situation. But it's just like, oh man, just not a good time. Hi, Dee. So, I didn't go live. I also made up dinner, if you guys saw last night. Normally I get like, you know, like either Lowry's or McCormick's seasoning packages, that kind of thing. Busted out the shrimp, thought, okay, we're gonna have pasta. I'm gonna have some shrimp scampi. I didn't have any packaging seasoning, so I made it up. Wasn't as creamy as I would have liked, but it was good. We ate it all up. It was good. But I'm one of those. I do makeup. I do finagle. I do all the things. Then whatever day we were supposed to be cooking, that didn't exactly go down. You guys. I have a cookie. Wow, I can't speak. I have a sugar cookie recipe that I live and breathe by. Like, it is my go-to. It's fabulous. And my recipe card is gone. And I don't remember it 100%. And you guys, cookies are like my side hobby that like I love. And I just don't do it all the time though, because like my body can't handle it, if you know what I mean. I would probably be like 400 pounds. Like, and it's not that I eat it all the time. That's not even... But I taste as I cook. Some of it is by sight and smell, but like with cookie, when I want a hint of flavor to it, to like my sugar cookies. So if I want them, like if it's Christmas time and I want them to be a little pepperminty, that kind of thing, I go by taste. I don't measure it out because depending on what kind of things that I'm doing, do I want a real strong flavor? Do I want it like all these things, right? So I'm a taster. Not the greatest way to do things. I know. But it's just like my creativity. Cookies call your name. Yes, Elsa. Right? And so the last time I did it, honestly, was in December for my son's party. I've never lost a recipe card. And we've lived in this house for 11 years. I don't know. I've never lost a recipe card, you guys. I have no idea where this card is at. And so instead of stressing over it, instead of trying to, because let me tell you, we did try to get out, we tried to like Google a recipe that I thought looked pretty close to mine. Nope, I didn't even bother baking that stuff. I've still got it in the fridge. I'm really good at salvaging. Sorry, I just had a thought. that my husband had done something, and I'm wondering if he had the recipe and doesn't realize he had the recipe. But anyway, I'm really good at salvaging things. So I've got it in the fridge, cooling. I don't even like the color of it. Anyway, let's get on with the makeup. I'm going to do I'm feeling bronzy, I think because of the leopard jacket. And a really bold, bright lip. That's where I'm at right now, so that's where we're going. Now, it might look like mud all over my face, but right now, we've been raining for several days straight. And I have to tell you, first of all, especially if you don't live in areas where it's constant rain, rain is known to literally bring your attitude, like, right? I'm kind of the opposite, because we don't get that much rain. But also, like, I'm going to share something with you guys while I'm putting on my primer, okay? If you're oily, you want mattifying, or if you have really large pores, scars, that kind of thing, you want the mattifying. It's the best for it. If you are normal, this is the one you want. If you are dry, you want the hydrating, okay? Okay, so while I'm doing this, you guys, here's why I'm excited. And it's going to sound, oh, my hair. Like, you might not follow this along. I am a person, I am extremely optimistic. I was constantly taught that the glass was half full, okay? I don't ever see my glass as half empty. I find the joy, I find the reason to every season, okay? It's just the way I am. I am kind of like that. I have a gift of an encourager, all these things. So, I, in a weird, twisted way, am enjoying this season that we are in, okay? First of all, I am taking it probably better than a lot. For one, I've been here before, okay? We've been quarantined before. And so, from that aspect of it, like, I know how to keep myself going. I know how to lock myself in the room for 10 minutes and get my creative juices flowing so that I can entertain these children so they don't tear down my house. Because let me tell you, the difference between 2014 to now is that my kids wrestle so hard. Like, I'm like, they're going to knock the walls down or they're going to end up broken. Like, something's going to happen. Like, we downright wrestle, and they're not fighting. Please don't confuse the two. Oh no, we're playing. We are rough housing. Like, I need new couches like you wouldn't believe. And my couches aren't that old, but I have boys. Oh, and so we fly over them like we're in the army and we got to duck down below. Just, it's crazy, right? So, so I have been here before. So I am finding the joy in this. Like, think about this. Do you ever think, like, maybe we're in this season, maybe this is going to extend for a length of time that we were not planning, that we weren't expected. And yes, it does, I get, bring in some anxiety and some fears and some different things. It's the unknown. But what if we need to take out all the chaos and crazy that's been in our lives? Maybe it's a time to time out. When you are released back out into the wild, is what I used to say with my son. When you are released back into the wild, maybe don't add in all the things. Don't put all the stressors back in your life. Don't add in maybe all the people that may have been stressors into your life. So maybe it's a season of really doing some soul searching and doing some time out. I mean, right now, not that you're given free time, right? Because I know this is going to cost. But here's the thing, you guys. I don't care who you are. There's never enough money in the world, okay? You can ask Bill Gates. You can ask whoever you want. They always want more money, right? So, So come join me, because you're always going to want more. No, I'm just kidding. But we always want more to do more. Maybe it's to give more. Like that, there's a realm of things, right? So I get that this is going to partially be that way. But you guys, this is such an opportunity to clean your house. And I don't mean that literally. Clean your house. What should you be taking out? What was adding stressors? Honestly, maybe you hated your job. Maybe you absolutely hated your job. You guys, that is so unhealthy for you. You hate getting up. You hate going to it, right? All the things. Now's the time. Make a change. Like, I feel like this is a gift from God. What can we fix and change and clean up within ourselves for a better, healthier us? And I don't mean that means, oh, go exercise. Oh, go do this. Maybe it is. Maybe you have been dying and trying to start some sort of exercise routine and it hasn't fit into this prior schedule. Make it happen now and then fit it into your new schedule. Don't go back to the old, you guys. Whatever happens when we come out of this, don't go back to that. I promise there are things that you can be learning, gaining, cleaning from this. Do the things. And then the rain. You guys, I am loving, 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 loving the rain. For so many symbolisms. How much is it cleaning and washing? What growth is going to come out of this? And I love the saying and the analogy of a flower doesn't bloom to compare itself to another flower. The flower just blooms. Don't worry about all the people next to you. Don't worry about what your girlfriends do. Don't worry about all the other things. Worry about you. What do you need to do? And so I am personally, this is the most consecutive days that it has rained probably since my kids have been born. In all honesty, like where I live, we don't get this kind of rain. And instead of being dreary and, oh, it's raining again, I am choosing to look at it different. Oh my gosh, what next month is going to look like, or even June, how green the hills are going to be, the flowers, and yes, the weeds too. But oh my gosh, you guys, there is going to be such beauty come out of this. I believe that 100%, and not just for like my own household, but I believe like all the things around. You guys, now is the time to be clean our house, wash and clean things out, and look up and grow. Like, oh, I feel like just amazing things are going to come out of this, you guys. Like, I feel it. I feel it. I feel it. Lena. Oh, nails. Okay, look. Right? I teased the last time somebody asked me about my nails. I said I plead the fifth. I got a girl, she does things from a private location. It isn't where there's, well, there is nobody else at that location at all. And she's gapped everybody out in the way she's cleaning and doing. And so, no, I wouldn't have them done. However, I will say that honestly, if I didn't, I would be using Color Street. If you don't know Color Street, it's similar to kind of like a sticker. But honestly, even if you are somebody that is having growth from, if you've got acrylic, it really, honestly, if you pick the right kind of thing, it really hides it. Because I am not one to soak them off with acetone and pull them off until my nails actually lift or whatever. Again, I have been here, done this kind of thing. I would literally let it grow out, and I would file them where they're staying a certain length. I've broken one. But I would use the Color Street stickers. And if honestly, I've got several girls that I could recommend to you if you are needing to look at it or even know what it is. Because like that, they can walk you through like best way on how to apply, how to get longer wear out of it. But honestly, you guys, it seriously is a fairly frugal way to do your nails. Especially if you're not somebody that's used to painting them. It's fabulous, you guys. Hi, Debbie. I did not go live yesterday. I had every intention of doing it last night. So right now we are watching the Fast and Furious series. And so every night when the hubby gets home, so every hour at lunch, we watch a Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. episode. And then at night, we've been watching the movies. And so if hubby gets home in time, if I've done all the dinner things and we're not waiting on me, whatever that looks like, we have been watching a movie for spring break, basically. So, I had originally thought, well, I'm going to do my live in the evening and that kind of thing, not even thinking about that we've been doing movie. And when it came down to it, when I thought about it and was like, ooh, in the afternoon, I got family news that I am unable to share. It's not my news to share, but really weighed heavy on my heart. And so I just didn't do live in the afternoon. I wasn't in a good mood where I felt like I could spread positivity. Probably very relatable, in all honesty. But it wasn't, yeah, there's nothing. And so like that, I didn't do the evening one because I was spending time with family. So get our brows drawn on here. And then I'm going to go for a very bronzy. I don't know. I'm feeling like super bronze. I don't know. Maybe it's like the funky color. Like I feel like everything's funny right now. Like my hair's funny. But if y'all watched, I don't remember when, it finally came in. But I ran out of like my good shampoo and conditioner. So I don't even know what just fell in this room. I don't even think there's an animal in here. Whatever. But I had run out of my stuff, and so my hair just is, I mean, it's okay. But your girl has been dying for the good stuff. And that's my own fault. So here, like, I'm going to use this as an analogy. And it's so like, it's kind of like, oh, that's cheap, Liz, right? But if I could get my hair products on a subscription, I would be better off. Because I wait too long where I'm like, oh, I don't need it yet. Oh, I don't need it yet. Oh, I don't need it yet. And then by the time I order and it ships all the things, it's too late and I'm out of products. And I'm like, okay, do you do that with your makeup? We have a subscription. Or how about your skincare, you guys? Which, by the way, maybe you're like, oh, I'm saving all sorts of money. I'm not having to do skincare because I'm not having to do my makeup right now and all the things. Even if you're not doing makeup, you should be doing your skincare. And here's why. Let me tell you why. Because maybe you're like, your skin still produces oils, you guys. It still does all sorts of things, whether you wear makeup or whether you don't. So, you really want to make sure that you are being diligent with your skincare product. in taking care of your skin. That's where I've seen like several memes of we're all going to come out with like the flyest skin because I may not be wearing makeup, but by goodness, I am doing the skincare, right? I got some brows. I'm not happy about them. First of all, that's the wrong side of the brush that I don't use, so that's a problem. I am loving listening to the rain, you guys. I can just hear it and I'm like, oh. So we were going to do tie-dyeing today, but I don't want to do that in the house. So that is going to have to wait till tomorrow. Now this one looks really far in and this one doesn't to me. What? That's what happens when you just keep messing and messing and messing. What is this? And why is it here? I don't normally tweak at my brows this much, you guys. Either the vision's bad. Alright, stop. You can't. I can't do this and laugh at the same time. But maybe it's because I know, like, I'm going to be doing... There's something... Like, what fell that is all over my feet now? I don't know, but I'm going to put my feet on it, whatever it is. And that's right. I took my chair back. I did. I didn't want to sit on that stool anymore. Okay. Do you see my veins? I have very, very, very translucent eyelids. So we are going to clear that out because I feel like to get this just gorgeous bronzy look, I want it to be really like pop, if you know what I mean. So I added the stick foundation right on top there to literally carve out my lid and my whole eye. But that's because, again, I've got very translucent colored lids. It's very light. So that kind of gives you an idea of how fair-skinned I am. Hi, Brenda! And I may not have put enough over here. And I am using the concealer brush. And I don't do this all the time, you guys. It varies on, again, what am I trying to achieve? What am I doing? But if you're struggling, you know, on how your lid is looking, or even sometimes if we're using a really light shade and you really want it to be defined and really stand out, sometimes this is the thing that you need to do. And like I said, I don't do it very often. I am not that, like, almost like perfectionist, I would call it. Like, I don't need it to be that extreme. Okay, now I'm going to just take my blending bed and put a little bit of translucent setting powder right on top of that. Oh, thank you, Julie. Today I was like spending a lot of time on them. I don't necessarily do that very often, but who knows? I was just feeling it today, I guess. Okay, so now, which it looks funny. Okay, I got it. It looks silly and it looks maybe almost a yellowy because I don't have any other foundation or any other skin color. Skin color? I don't have anything else on. So it does look funny. I promise once we do our entire face, that's not going to look like that anymore and you won't feel that way, okay? So, I do feel you. I got it. I know that it kind of looks a certain way right now. I got a little bit of pressed powder or setting powder in there. But it won't look that way once we're all said and done. Okay, so if you guys like watch me even every once in a while, you will know like I have 3 transition shades that are my go-to. One is Gingerly, which is this one. One is Astute, which we are going to be using. And then one is Hesitant, which is kind of a mauve-y pink, depending on... Oh, I gotta move the chair, sorry. Depending on the look that I'm going for, okay? So those 3 are my go-to transition colors. Oh, no, I'm not in the middle of my screen. So today we're going to be using Astute. This is probably more like my winter go-to. Gingerly is typically more so like my summer go-to. And then Hesitant is when I'm like doing, again, pinky kind of looks, okay? So on some of the days, like I have been showing you guys, if you're not confident, which by the way, if you are like, I feel like you're somebody that you can't do eyeshadow or anything, this is going to be your jam today. This is the easiest look, okay? And you're going to feel like you're amazing, okay? But one of the things that I have been showing you and doing is putting, well, I've been using Scotch tape because I don't have makeup tape. But one of the things about using tapes and using tools that are out there for you is it gives you a guideline and an area of where do I bring the eyeshadow, how far do I go? Because especially if you have hooded eyes, sometimes coming way out over into here, you feel like you're painting to your ears. And sometimes we feel like we are painting up to our eyebrows. I call it painting with my eyeshadow. Sorry, that's the way I talk. I love to paint. Okay? But it helps give you that guidance and direction of where exactly, like how far over here do I go? What do I do? All those things. I feel like using makeup tape and using some of those things kind of give you that guidance and direction. Again, if you don't have makeup tape, which you can order on Amazon, but again, you guys have seen, I just use Scotch tape. You could use washi tape. Okay, that's Astute. Just a very neutral, pretty, kind of like a brownish, it reminds me of like a caramel, okay? I call Gingerly Rust. This is kind of a caramely look, okay? Where did my eyeshadow go? Aha, I put it by my mirror so that I wouldn't miss it, and then I missed it. Wasn't very smart of me, was it? Julie, you have hooded eyes. So some of the tricks with hooded eyes is when you're putting on your makeup, make sure that you're looking straight at your mirror or even just a little bit slightly up. Because then you can see, again, where your lid is and how much real estate you have. A lot of times, because when we watch people do their makeup, they do their makeup all on their lid. Okay, so if we look at my eye, here is technically where my bone structure is, but that is not where my lid is. Okay, as you can see, there's my lid. But when other people do their makeup, depending on their lid, they have these huge lids and they make these amazing looks. When we have hooded eyes, you don't always feel like that. Okay, so again, mine is like, it's going to look like an eyeliner and I'm not going to look like I did very much. So you want to make sure that your eyes are open when you're looking at where all you've put it, okay? Okay, so I'm going to be using liquid eyeshadow. This is the shade Ornate. This is one of, well, there are several that I absolutely love in our liquid shadows. But this one, again, you could wear it all by itself. And the way it refracts off the lighting is amazing. Like, it's going to have like that bronzy shade to it. It'll hit and look like there's gold to it. So I love this one for that, you guys. And then I'm just softening up the edges, which as long as you get in while it's damp, it then blends out. And again, you could use your fingers. I am not a finger person. That's just not how I do things. And so I just don't. But you could use, realistically, you could use whatever brush that you're comfortable with. So another one of the brushes, I was using the Splurge Cream Shadow brush there. Do you see how it catches the light, you guys? Where it like looks like it's dark and then it's light and all that. I love this one. This is another good one, the crease brush, which, hold on, I think I was using it with Legendary. We don't want Legendary on our eyes today. Spritz it a little bit to get that off. But again, you can just come in and blend it in with your other shadow. And again, the more you blend with it, the more it kind of changes the coloring and everything that you want, okay? So again, realistically, whatever brush that you are comfortable with, you could use with them. And again, the way this doe foot applicator is on this brush just makes it so easy to literally swipe on. And like I said, you guys could be using your fingers right here. I just don't really utilize my fingers to apply makeup. I do my primer, and that's kind of honestly about it, you guys. So this is one of the ones where maybe call it a metallic. Look how it grabs the light. I dig that. There are several of our liquid shadows like that. The way it grabs the lighting and everything is just absolutely stunning. And looks like you're wearing more than one eyeshadow. Now there are a few that are matte that are great to mix and match with other of our shadows. But this one here, I feel like you almost can make yourself a bronzy smoky eye with pretty much just this. This is one of my favorite. The other is Reverent. The Reverent comes in the beauty box. And it's that super light champagne color. But check that out, you guys. Like, I just think it's a gorgeous, gorgeous color. I love the way it catches the light. It looks like I did a whole lot more. I blended differently, did all the things with my eyeshadows, and really I didn't. I put on a transition color in this one. That's all I did. Okay. Let's do, let's line it. I'm going to actually line my waterline. To really just kind of intensify the look. And scratch my nose at the same time. You guys want to hear something stupid that I did today? My nose was fire engine red before I went live. Because I don't know how. I don't know how I did it, whether I was putting on my shirt or what. I cut my nail in my nose and pulled, like, you guys, like, oh my gosh, ripped my nostril off, that's all. Seriously, don't even know, like, how I did it. When you do your lower lash line, you'll want to make sure that you are going right on that lash line, not just doing your waterline, but right on the lash line. It'll help it from, like, I don't know if it ever comes down in here for you, or feels like it's getting really, like, smudgy, really low, all the things. That's because, like, basically, yes, your eyes are pushing it off, and it is then, like, running, per however you want to say it. And so you do want to do it right there on that lash line, and that'll help it from coming down any further, okay? Kind of putting like a barrier there. Because I have hooded eyes, I prefer our dip and draw liners. I've always used a wet liner, always. Because the pencil, I mean, I don't care when you sharpen it. It's like, and it's not supposed to be a point when you're with your pencils. So truly, they don't really sharpen in that manner. And so I've never used a pencil because of having hooded eyes. Like, that would be, oh, I blinked. Look what I did right there. Maybe it'll blend in. But I've always used the liquid. Having hooded eyes, I needed that fine point tip to be able to do a good wing. I'm more uppity up on that side. And because of using liquid eyeshadow, I'll go in and fix that. Like, kind of after, not yet. But it'll be real easy to fix, okay? Okay, so let that dry just a little bit. All right, let's put on our foundation. Let's let that dry, and we will do our face. Okay, now right now, you guys, for our monthly sale is a primer of your choice, a foundation of your choice, and then a brush of your choice. And honestly, let's see. I think I'm going to use this one today. Our liquid foundation, you'll want to make sure you shake it up. It's Brenda, that is the amazing deal with this, and then the dip and draw liner. Like, I just feel like it's so easy to wham bam, thank you ma'am, you're done. With our liquid foundation, as you can see, you guys, it's super like thin formula, but it has amazing coverage. Okay, so as you can see, like, I don't know what I got going on over here. I got some patchiness, and then I have my sunspots, and then you can see my nose is similar to my eyes. They're kind of translucent, and you can see the veins. All the fun. Look, you could take your liquid foundation, put it right on your brush. You want to be ridiculous, do this. Just kidding, you're not ridiculous if this is what you do. I feel like doing this, though, I use more product than if I just put it on a brush. Okay? So this is where I would recommend don't do this, is because you're possibly using more than you need to. I like to go through and first stipple it all on. And then after I've stippled it on, then I go through and blend. And obviously make sure you come down your neck. I did not go directly up underneath my eyes. I have what's called mature skin, you guys. I'm older. So I'm more mature. But up underneath my eyes, I feel like if I get too thick of products, all the things, makes it really thick up underneath my eyes. And then it has more chances of creasing and just not having that amazing flawless look that I like it to have. So I do not take all the product up underneath my eyes, okay? Because I'm going to be highlighting. That would be, my hair needs to stay out. Okay, and then if you're like, I can still see a little bit of the patchiness there. I want to clean that up. Literally, I don't like squeeze the dauber at all. I just use this to kind of like take whatever's on there and to push it on there. Does that make sense? Okay. And then instead of using a brush, I'm going to use my blending bud. Okay, so if you had areas where you feel like, okay, it needs just a little bit more coverage in those areas. Sometimes when we use our brush, again, to do what I call another layer, when you're using a brush, you could get streak marks because like the one coat isn't completely dry and it isn't all set in. So I like to just put a little bit of basically like just dabs on my face and then put it on, okay? So again, I'm going to use that Scarlet right up underneath my eyes to highlight with. And I'm going to come straight down the center of my face to give my face a more of a oblong looking shape face, okay? My butt is getting really dry. I'm going to spray a little bit of it with setting spray, okay? And then I'm going to use that damp bud to just blend this all out. If there's any cleanup here by the eyeshadow, I do not pull, okay? I literally take that little pointy end and I just like beat my face with it, okay? But I will get real close next to there. Okay, but again, if you stretch it out, again, having mature skin. So let's say I literally pull my skin and do that. Then you have more chance of it sitting in the creases and the lines and all the things, okay? So, recommendation, don't do that. It's the other reason where I really like to use a blending bud up underneath my eyes is so that I can open my eye, I can like move my face around and do all the things, but using a blending bud then helps me to press the product in as opposed to like pulling it and streaking it, causing the skin to be a little more wrinkly, okay? So as you can see, like it's just sitting flawless now. That's the pros of using a blending bud, you guys. Okay, so I take that same bud that I had earlier that I was adding a little more product with, and then I go through and just push in all over my face, making sure that all the makeup is basically married together and married to my face. Even on my neck. I love this makeup. Okay, let me tell you about blending buds real quick. Nope, I don't have my Younique ones here. They're possibly being cleaned or they're in the other room for some reason. So these are not Younique blending buds, okay? So this one is even cheaper, this one, than this one. And the good and the bad of blending buds are when you go to clean them, or just like now when I sprayed it for the moisture. The more moisture you have into it, you guys, it's basically a type of sponge. Sponge, breathe, and breed fungus, okay? So you'll want to be careful with your buds. I literally have little stands that mine sit in to literally like not keeping them moist. Does that make sense? Like with my oils, you're to keep in a dark, cool place, right? It keeps a certain environment. This, I keep them out. I want it to be drying out at all times. I don't want them to stay damp. The other thing on how you notice is this one, when I get it wet, you guys, is the size of my hand. Don't think that that's a good thing. Not a good thing, because that means that's how much moisture and water it will absorb and hold inside of it. Excuse me. So the chances of getting that dried out, squeezed out, all the things is really dangerous. So maybe you don't want to go on my site and get my blending buds. Maybe you just ran to CVS, wherever, or already had them. What I will tell you is just please make sure that you're throwing them out sooner rather than later, okay? Because they can be a breeding ground for just not good things, okay? So I'm going to take that translucent powder and I'm going to put it all over where I put the Scarlet Stick Foundation. Which, by the way, you could get either one of these on your choice that are on sale right now, and then a choice of face brush, basically for free, when you choose your primer and your foundation. This is a translucent setting powder, so it is not changing the color or anything else of that product that I put there, okay? Putting it on this way, literally, you like that all over my shirt. Putting it on this way literally pulls the oils from my skin and marries the makeup together so that, again, and especially in this area for me, where I don't get those real fine lines and the makeup setting in areas or accentuating the things I don't want it to accentuate, right? Like, nobody wants to accentuate their crow's feet. Like, no. We're going to hide that we got chicken feet over there, okay? And then I just go through and dust off that excess product. Then I brush off my shirt again. First, let me clean my fingers, because really, if you do this and then brush, you will like be able to get it all off. Does that make sense? Okay, that is not my pressed powder. This is my pressed powder. I'm going to use a little bit of pressed powder to set the rest of my face. And there are times, like, I do this a lot of times after I put on my blush and my bronzer to kind of help marry all the makeup together. But I really just wanted you guys to see how amazing the coverage is and just how grand this looks. So the other thing too is I literally, the shade that I am, that's the type of brush when you oil paint. D. That's why I call it painting on my face. Like, many of the brushes are the same. When I'm doing very detailed work, I have a tendency to stick a brush in my mouth. That's not my everyday brushes, you guys. It's very detailed. Like, I would not stick that in my mouth, okay? But there are specific, very detailed brushes that... because of the acidity and all the things in your mouth. Anyway, we'll move on. But yes, this is why it's like painting. It's like painting on my face. Okay, I'm going to use the shade Hermosa for bronzer. Now, what I started to tell you is I am the shade Organza. That is literally almost like my natural skin tone. So everything kind of sits very well, looks like me. The negative, or the, however you want to call it, when you put foundation on, if it's not your BB Flawless, which is like your very light coverage showing all the things, this has made me one skin tone basically. Bye, Brenda. Have a great day. We are not all one color. You need to add color back into your skin. One way we do that is using bronzer and blush. For bronzer, you want to pretty much just take it right up along your hairline. And it doesn't take much, okay? Look, that right there, then between my eyebrows, and once I were to put like lip on and everything, I look like I've brought color back into my face. Now, I like to contour with it, and then I like to get a little bougie. So we're going to go darker. That's what that means. I'm using a blush tapered brush. It's got an angle to it. I love it because I can get into the hollows of my cheek, pull it up, and then I can turn it sideways and blend that out or buff it out. So I don't have necessarily such a harsh line to it. I go here by my temples because, again, I like to give my face more of an oblong looking shape as opposed to the round shape that it actually is. I'm going to darken this, again, to give it that more yummy feel. I'm going to come in here along my jawline and my chins. I like to, my chins. Did you like how I clarified chins? I like to do here in the divot, basically to really, like set my chin out and make it more pointy. Again, giving that more of an oblong shape as opposed to round. Sorry, gotta hold the earring. It's in the way. Okay, and then do your nose. Now, this brush is one of like my, ooh, I did my nose, didn't I? Shoo! This brush is one of my favorite brushes. I use it not only to contour my face, but I also use it for my blush. Okay, I gotta make them even here. Good Lord. That's okay. When we put on the rest of the makeup, it'll look more even. Okay. So don't freak out on me. I know it looks a little off right now. Okay, so same brush, cleaning it off. And I'm going to use that same brush for blush, okay? And I'm using Sisterly because, again, I want it to pop with my bold lip. Not yet. Clearly, we don't have a bold lip yet, but let's put on some Hottie Lip Plumper. Get it ready. Hi, Erica. How are you doing? Bright, bold cheek, because it's going to go with our bright, bold lips. You guys, I've got fun leggings on. I have to take a picture for you guys and show you later. I got fun leggings. However, I will say about the whole fun leggings, it really, like, I wouldn't be walking out of the house with what I'm wearing because you can see my underoos. So it would definitely need a tunic with them, but they're a really fun legging. But I'm super bummed that you can see my britches. I don't do leggings where you can see your britches, okay? Let me just tell you, I don't care that you might be like a size 0 with a cute fanny. I don't want to see your panties, or I don't want to see your thong line. That's just me. Really don't like it. So that is like a huge mark for me when I go like put on leggings. I'm going to fix this before I forget about it. I just put a little bit of that liquid shadow onto my Splurge Cream shadow brush.
Is Dad at work?
Yes, babe. What's up?
Oh, okay. I didn't know where he was. I thought I heard him cough or sneeze earlier.
No, baby. He's been gone for a long time.
Oh.
Have you guys eaten breakfast?
No.
You need to eat breakfast, sweetie.
Okay.
Are you dressed?
No.
Oh, okay. I thought you were for some reason. Okay. But anyway, like, I don't do leggings where you can see things. So I don't want to see things. So that's part of where my colorful, maybe it's colorful koala. I love those leggings. You can bend your head wherever you want, all the way through your feet or whatever. You don't see nothing. Those are my kind of leggings. I don't like to see all the other things on nobody. So these ones, they're cute, but no, they don't hide the things. So these really should be with a tunic, and I have on a t-shirt with my jacket. So these would not be what I would wear with this shirt, because I'm married. I don't need you looking at my hiney, okay? That's just the way I roll, okay? And for me, honestly, no joke. Like, I don't think it's flattering when I can see your undergarments. Like, no, it's just not flattering to me. So, that's just how I roll. All right. We're going to add a little pearly up in here. We're going to be a little bronzy with our highlight here. This one is a cream to powder luminizer, and I like to put it on my finger to warm it up. Then I just kind of press, and then I like just real light-handed sweep over it, okay? To kind of then dust it. The like great thing to this is for us mature ladies. Again, it won't sit on my chicken's feet. It won't sit there because literally you're pressing on top of the skin and then just doing like a light rub where it's kind of going to dust it. So you don't have to worry about it sitting in places you don't want it to sit, because that can happen real easily when we're using a bronzer. That can be like the super bummer to it, is we use a highlighter and it then accentuates things we don't want to accentuate. The cream to powder luminizers are great that you don't run into that, okay? All right, so I did a little bit of that. I think I'm going to continue here with my Bronzey. Ooh, this might be a little dark, but I think I'm going to use it. I got to do up underneath my eyes. But I went in with this fun highlighter. And I'm going to add a little on top of it with powder. Okay. Under my eyes, under my eyes. I am going to use Astute, which is what I used as my transition color. I'm going to use that to pull right up underneath here to kind of bring all the eye together, if that makes sense. Shayna, oh no. Hi, Shayna. All right, for those of you that are late and you're like, oh man, I normally have text alerts. I will let you all know when I'm back in the game on text alerts. I'm trying not to set up a brand new one because I kind of liked the other one before. But I got a different phone and it is not recognizing me. That's the same with my Snapchat account. It's trying to set me up as new. So I don't know why it's doing the things, but I am going to, just in case you all were curious, I'm going to be bugging my cousin later because she's the one that really Snapchats with me like a lot, and see if she and I can get this thing working again. Meaning, I don't know why it set me up a new account if I'm using the same email and everything. So I need her to tell me what she sees me as. But my phone did the same thing with my text alert account. So I sent them an email, but obviously I'm not in their high priority category. I'm not a school that also uses the program. And so I have to wait my turn. So I'm trying to patiently wait, but so that you guys don't miss me, normally I would tell you, jump on my text alerts so that you guys don't have that problem. But I can't tell you that right now. All right, I'm sorry. I like kind of clean up as I go. I don't like all this stuff sitting out in front of me. So I'm putting things away. All right, I'll be done with my face, with the exception of my lashes and my mascara. You want to see my setup for my makeup area? Maybe I'll have to show it to you guys. So it's a mixed combination. I sit in a closet for all of you that were curious. I'm sitting in a closet that we then made a tabletop for, and it's also my craft area. So this side of me is all my craft stuff. Up underneath of me is my sewing machines, my Cricut machine, my materials. I don't know. I got all sorts of gadgets under there because I'm a crafting guru junkie. Yeah, so all that's sent on my craft side. And then this side is all my Quicksters Corner stuff. So like here on the tabletop and then on the first shelf are like my grab items that my go-to, right? My makeup stuff. Then the higher up is almost like decorative or things that I use for bridal shows, home parties and different things. So it's kind of a different, unusual setup. I will tell you, Amazon is my love, my go-to for things that hold all of my things. So this is obviously just a clear plastic container that holds all my addiction palettes. So like then similar to all my Opulence lipsticks and lip glosses, I have, but see, it's all where I have everything sitting. It's basically right at my fingertips. So I love that. But there we go. Let's spray our face with setting spray. Okay, you guys, setting spray is so important. You need to set your face. You might be going through part of the day and maybe you really recognize it like in your T-zone, okay? In this area where you need to do touch-ups. Could be that you just need setting spray and then you don't have to be doing touch-ups anymore. Okay, but also like I set significantly in that area with setting powder, that is also going to give me that longevity for the day and not have to do touch-ups on my face all day, okay? So also, like the stuff where I was showing you, like I keep all my makeup in certain things. I have I have a twirly one in my bathroom that has all my skincare products and that kind of thing. So like these are all my lip liners, eyeliners. I don't remember if I have it all linked in my Amazon favorites, in my link tree up top, but I try and keep all that stuff that, if it's stuff that I'm like, oh no, like I love this, I typically will tag it in my list for you guys so that you can have it. If it's something like I've purchased, but I wouldn't recommend that, I don't add it to my list, okay? There's, whether it's some functionality to it that isn't flying with me or whatever. Like these leggings. I'll tell you about them. I did get them off of Amazon, but I won't link them necessarily to my favorite list because you can see my chonies and I don't think that's appropriate. Now, my colorful koala, they come in solids and they also are in like the army print, the cheetah print, all the things. Oh, I have that tagged in there because you don't see nothing on those. Okay, so... But I will always answer, you know, if there's something like, oh, where did you get this or whatever, I'll tell you. But I'm also one of those, like, I like to give you my 2 cents. Because first of all, I'm not no size 0, right? Like, nope, your girl's got a booty on her. So the last thing I want you to see is the stripes going across my butt, right? Like, nobody needs to be seeing that. Not at all. Okay, we're going to use the lash primer. You guys, I don't even know how to tell you like how much I love this. This was, gosh, maybe this came out October. I don't think I do. The only time I do mascara without the lash primer is when I'm using falsies. Other than that, I don't ever put mascara on without this. Like that's for me a no-no. This to me is like the products I've been desperately waiting for on my hair. Think of it as like a leave-in conditioner for your lashes. It's nourishing, it's hydrating, it strengthens them. It does amazing things, but then it also really helps your product to last longer, stay on, all the things. It's amazing. I also have very crazy eyelashes that curl like my hair does, if you can imagine. Oh, I almost hit my face with that. And so this helps kind of tame that just a little bit. There are times where I still need to work with my lashes, but this helps them not to be so crazy. Okay, so I've just done the tops, and it's similar to like when you're putting on falsies and you put the glue on and you want it to be that tacky consistency. You don't want it really wet, and then if it's too dry, it's also... The lash primer is the same way. You want to wait for it to get a little bit of like that tacky sensation. So you don't want to necessarily go in right away to put your mascara on. You want to leave it just for a bit to set. It will also help keep the curl to your lashes. So if you are somebody that is struggling where your lashes fall at a certain time of day, this also will help keep your curl. Like, honestly, there is a lot of, like, so many positives to a lot of the products. Like, the list goes on and on, you guys, that I don't remember to tell you all the things. They're amazing, okay? So, for me, I honestly prefer the 4D mascara. It's a... it's got 3D, not 3D. It's got fibers within it that literally attach to your lashes. They're Y fibers, helping them extend and to appear longer. And since I wear glasses all day, every day, all the things, like I want a mascara that makes my eyes just really pop. Also, like that's kind of where I feel like once I do my eyeshadow, like something might be really pretty and I'm like, oh yeah, that's nice. And then I go to do the mascara and I'm like, oh dang, check out my eyes. That's what I feel like this does for me. You also, the best way, you guys, when you're putting on your mascara is make sure that your product is warmed up. So, if you watch different presenters, you might see where they'll pull it out of their shirt. I was sitting on mine because I don't have a heating tool next to me. Like, I don't use a straightener, obviously, on my hair. I don't use a curling on my hair. I don't use all the things. So, I don't have anything that sits here next to me that is a heating utensil that I could heat up the product. But realistically, you want your mascara warmed up, you guys. It does so much better if you do. Because it makes it the, like, not creamy, that's not the right word, but it makes it that consistency that just really helps your mascara to glide on and be amazing. The other thing, when you are using your mascara, don't pump your wand. Okay, the more air that you add into your tube will dry out and then of course can create issues with your mascara. So if you're somebody like I'm very sensitive and I can get styes to my eye, well, that can happen doing the pumping sensation and because it also then brings in more particles into your tube, okay? So when you do it, first of all, you always want to pull it out really slow, but if you're needing more product into it, you guys, you want to twirl. Okay. But the slower you pull it out, the less likely you are to get other particles on there, okay? And I typically just do one coat on the bottom lashes down here. And then I like to go back through on my top coat and do a second coat. Again, it's just a preference for me. And with this mascara, you basically want to start at the root and then shimmy up and twist. Okay, so again, it gives the fibers a chance to attach. And hold on. Also, when you're doing your lashes, if you are somebody that's hooded eye, you want to make sure for your top lashes that you are looking down at your mirror to do them. And then obviously looking straight on and then squinting for your lower lashes. That squinting tightens this muscle up down here and it kind of lifts that lash a little bit. All right, let's do a bright, fun lip. Look how pretty they are. Look at just like, and all of the products, you guys, can be, which I will tag it here for you guys. All can be found on my website. The other thing too is we have an amazing skincare line. I don't do those lives as often, obviously, but our skincare line is customizable, and that's what makes it different, you guys. There's up to 40,000 different customizable options that it does basically within the system. And the thing that is also what you need to know is your day, like routine, isn't or shouldn't be the same as your night routine. Your night cream should be very different from your day cream. And so they are two different formulas. So I know I've had a few people ask like, well, I don't know that I want to do that. Can I just do this? There is also an option for subscription, and you can mix and match how you want to do your subscription. But I do have a skincare quiz. It's also in my link tree that you can click on that. And it's great because you can go through and see like what your skin needs, right? Like, how much are you in front of a computer? How much are you outside under the sun? All the things, and it will customize for you. Told you we're going bright. I love that it's still raining. I had to tell you, I also am making my husband do a Target pickup order for us because we ordered stuff. We ordered stuff to go ding dong ditching. We're going to egg a few houses. So hopefully the goal is tomorrow I'm going to drive around the kids with some Easter egg goodie treats for a few friends. That's why we're calling it We're going to Egg the House. But it's going to have a few goodies just that we miss, our peeps. I have a game in my VIP for a free item. And so we did some deliveries yesterday in the houses that they could literally ding dong ditch. They had so much fun. Okay, now one of like the things I love to do. See, so here's also like all of my Splash liquid lipsticks. One of the things that I love, love, love to do, you guys, is to ombre my lips. And part of that has to do with it'll give you a fuller looking lip. But I feel like it just softens it up and I don't know what the word is, but I'm going to take a lighter shade. It's called Sparkling. I'm going to pop it right there in the center. And then blend it. So our Splash lipsticks, with the exception of striking, our Splash lipsticks are a matte finish. And I have to tell you, if you'd have asked me before about a matte finish, I'd have been like, I love a matte finish lipstick. I don't know what it is about it, but I am in love. I feel like this slide is not even. I also can see that I stuck my fingernail and got it up on my lip. So don't let whether it's a, you know, something that you're used to or not used to scare you. Because again, you'd be surprised and amazed at stuff on where you're like, oh, I didn't even know I'd like this. Now, honestly, this brush that I'm using right here is an eyeliner brush. I use it for all the things. Like, I love this brush. If you guys are new to me, you need to know, like, I live and breathe my tools. I think they are your, like, most important key, besides having good makeup and good skincare, to having flawless makeup. I feel like your tools are what's going to set it apart and make it that much more, like, amazing. And so I am huge on my tools. How fun is this look today, you guys? Wish I had somewhere to go. I'm going to add a little bit of Lucid right there just to give it a shimmer. a shimmy shimmy. Lucid is one of my favorite lip glosses. It's just got the most gorgeous shimmer to it. Hard to see when we're, you know, online like this, but it's amazing. Okay, you guys. Transition for my eyeshadow. Ornate is everything else on my eyes, you guys. How cool is that? Okay, so you would find the color under my eyeshadow, under eyes on my website, under eyeshadows, liquid eyeshadow. It's so fabulous, you guys. If there is anything that you need, if there's anything that I can help you with, please feel free to message me. Look, it's not like I'm going anywhere. It's not like I got a whole lot of places to be right now. Nope. But I love to help. I also do video conferencing. If you're needing help or have questions on certain things, or if you can't figure something out, please feel free to message me. I am here for that. I'm going to take some pictures. I will probably share over on my Instagram page my pants. If you guys want to see my pants, they're kind of the trendy thing right now. But like I said, I won't be blasting everybody like run out. You got to wear a tunic with it. That's what I'm going to say. You got to have a longer shirt and wear like a tunic with it, because you're going to see your butt. And if you need prayer, if you need anything right now, please, I am here, you guys. I'm here. I'm here. I'm here. I don't know how else to tell you that. If you need help finding joy in the journey, please chat with me. Like, these are the things that I love to do. Like I said, it's kind of one of my things. Like, that is one of my gifts, is to be an encourager. I can find the joy in anything. Like, it can be the smallest, like, Liz, I'm in hell right now. This isn't working. No, I can find you something. And honestly, the key is to find that something, even if it's super small, and hold on to it. Like, make it a mountain out of a molehill with that piece of joy and run with it. It will change your entire outlook, sometimes for the day, sometimes for the entire week, you guys. It can be amazing. Doreen, I am under Quickster's Corner on Instagram. And if you click on my link tree up top, so if you see my little face, it's got my description of what this video is. Then there's a link tree. You can click on there, and it's a direct link to my Instagram as well. And I try in anything and everything I've got in my link tree, you guys, to try and help you guys, like that. The color hair wax that I love, which now that I can properly wash my hair, like this fun stuff. Part of me is like, ooh, I think I'm going to do blue again. It was one of my favorites, but see, this keeps sitting here and I keep holding it. I'm like, ooh, I think I'm going to do purple. So I don't know, but we're going to be playing like no time like the present, right? If there's anything else that I could share with you guys, I don't always share, like recipes, because your girl wings it. I can kind of tell you what I put in things and that kind of thing, but I'm so sorry. Like today, okay, can I tell you what I'm doing today? Let me tell you what I'm doing today. I know we're all done and you probably like, oh, maybe you don't have anything to do. I don't know. But today, watch. I'm terrible because I get talking and I forget. Look. So do you see how bright, like you guys, wearing glasses creates an automatic shadow around your eye. So that's part of why I highlight to the extreme that I do. I want my eyes to appear bright. This is my money shot right here. I got a good smile. I got good teeth. But this here, that's my money shot. That is where you see into my soul. So, okay. So today I am making what's called the harvest soup. Because why? Because we're raining and it's like the most flavorful, so yummy soup. Let me tell you about this soup. This soup has been for our school, a kindergarten special. So during Thanksgiving, right before Thanksgiving break, they do their whole harvest festivities, right? They go to the pumpkin patch, and maybe it's in October. But all the kids are asked to bring items, and it's basically a dump soup type of situation, okay? Oh my God, my kids both, when my youngest went through, or my oldest went through, he loved the soup. Well, then when the second one went through, I was like, oh, give me the recipe. My family loves this. I'm going to cook it up. And she was like, I don't have a recipe. And I was like, sure you do. Like, you hand out to kids, here's all the things. Well, think about it. Sometimes the classroom sizes fluctuate, right? So they kind of wing it. This sounds good to throw in it. This sounds good to throw in it. And I was like, well, just give me like your staple items. She was like, well, but I can't tell you how much you put in it. Because again, this goes for the whole classroom, and then it's a dump soup. And on one hand, it's like once all the flavors are together, and I was like, I don't need you to give me measurements or anything else. Trust, this is where my, like part of my creative side when I cook and that kind of thing. Oh, I can figure out how much of what and all the things need to go into it. I'll figure it out. That's like why I told you, like, I can't be doing cookies all the time because I kind of taste as I go along. So that is the soup that I'm cooking today. And it's, oh, you guys, it's so good. But with these wonderful, cool, rainy days that we're having right now, I'm like, oh, bring on the harvest soup. Yep. So that's what I'm making today. I will probably show that on my Instagram. And if somebody were to ask me for the info, I can kind of give you like a vague idea, but it's not really like, oh, a can of this, a can of that, a cup of this, and that. I don't cook that way, you guys. No. Now, like that, some things I can tell you, oh, I used a package of McCormick enchilada seasoning or whatever the case may be, because I am famous for like my dump soups and making it up. So I struggle with, can I tell you what I'll struggle with it. Like it will become a family favorite. And they're like, oh my God, Mom, you got to make this again. You got to do this again. And I'm like, crap. Because I don't even know what I just put in there. That's how we roll when I cook. And you got to know. Your girl can cook, right? Like, you don't get a booty like I get when you can't cook. Sorry. It just don't happen. So, yeah, I cook. And then too, like, you guys gotta know, like, I'm raising boys over here. If I don't have good food, they're gonna eat me out of the house. Good Lord, these kids can eat. Shoo! All right. I hope you guys have a fabulous Thursday. I can't believe it's Thursday. And I would show you tie-dyeing, but we're not going to do tie-dyeing today. That'll probably be tomorrow. That's why we get along. That's also why baking isn't my friend. I don't like to be exact. See, and that's why my sugar cookie recipe was. Like, I mean, yes, there was some exact to it, but there were certain things like, no, just add more of this until this happens kind of thing. And that's why I'm like, I don't know where that card is. But yes, Shayna, yes. And this is one of the soups from, well, at the time, well, see, when Jeremiah went through, it was Ramirez and Hettinger. Then when Curtis went through, it was Ramirez and Harrington. So, you know, these ladies know how to do things. Like, oh yes. So, that is what we are cooking up today. And I'm going to get that going here shortly because I want it to marinate like all day too. That's the other thing. Like, I live and breathe. Like, I've got all the kitchen gadgets, kind of like my crafting, right? I've got all sorts of gadgets because I love to do the things. I live and breathe a lot of times with a crock pot because yes, my Instapot will do it, but my crocker like lets it marinate and just cook all day long. And there's a difference, right? When you're marinating and things need to really sit and marry together and all the things. So I'm a crock pot junkie, big time, for my dump soups. Yep. So I hope you guys have a great Thursday. Find something that brings you joy and hold on to it. If there's anything that I can do for you, please let me know. If there's anything that I can help you with, even if it's like, hey, just jump on a video call with me, show me how to do a couple things, even if it's for your entertainment, I'm okay with that. If you're like needing personal interaction, I'm game. I'm here. You can, again, be on my prayer list. I like mean it sincerely. I pray before I get on here. My husband had even called right beforehand, gave me a word like, this is what you need to like focus on. Like this is a family affair, you guys. We do this together. We pray for y'all together. All the things. So if you need anything, please let me know. I'm sorry. I get to cleaning. Like when I know like, okay, I don't need this. I don't need this. I get to cleaning up my area. Sorry. I'm paying attention. I'm right here. That's what my sister-in-law tells her husband. Are you in that conversation or this conversation? Because if you're still in that one, let me know when you're done. Oh, I have like, that is now my saying. So I hope you guys have a great day. And I will talk to you later. Bye.